Okay, hello everybody. Thank you. Originally from Philadelphia, but I've been living abroad and teaching English for over 5 years. I have a bachelor's degree in English Language Learner Studies, and I am about 2 weeks away from completing my master's in teaching and learning with technology. Unfortunately, we've seen some great presentations on technology today, but we're going to be going back to the basics. Okay, I have a charity project called the English Kit here in El Salvador, and we're working on promoting speaking and participation in class. Basically, what's happening across Latin America is that many governments are seeing the value in having an English education. So governments like Mexico, El Salvador are now having English in all of the public schools. In El Salvador, people that speak English get very lucrative jobs in call centers. Call centers can pay $600 or more a month, which is not very impressive for us, but compared with the $240 minimum wage, they are very, very good jobs. So the El Salvadorian government is working on integrating English into the schools. Right now, only 7th through 9th graders receive English mandatory, but there are bilingual schools and private schools that offer English for all ages. It's a big problem with El Salvador because if you think of this country, if you've never been here, you're going to think of violence. You're going to think of gangs and violence, and unfortunately, it's correct. There's a big gang problem here. There's a lot of insecurity in the country, which means that education is not a priority. There are very, very limited resources for education. In fact, the students only go to school for half a day. How it works is there are not enough schools for all of the students, so half of the students go to school in the morning and the other half go to school in the afternoon. They have the same teachers, the same classrooms, and this means that teachers are teaching for 10, 11 hours a day straight with no breaks. It's very, very difficult to find qualified teachers here in the country. In the public schools, they have a good system for qualified teachers, but in private schools, anything goes. They're not controlled by the government, so they literally pick people up off the street and they are an English teacher now. Okay? This is a big problem that I've been observing since I've lived here. Okay, so I came up with this idea. The idea is, it's actually inspired by my stepdaughter. She's 11 years old, and she's had 2 years of English language instruction, and she cannot speak English. She only knows 1 to 10. That's it. She doesn't know anything else. And so I was asking her, well, what do you do in English class? What activities do you do? And she explained that their English class is only copying. They just copy English words from an English book into their notebook. So obviously that is a huge problem. That's not how we should be doing things. So I came up with this idea to go around the schools and find out what the situation is. Find out what resources they have, find out, what they're missing, what we can do to help. So my husband and I, he helps me with this. We go around the schools, we speak with the teachers, we see what resources they're using, if any. We find out what their plans are to have an English program. Another big part of the project is that it's charity. It's funded 100% by donations. Donations are very difficult to come across, especially here in El Salvador. So most of our donations are coming from the United States. I work as an online instructional designer. So I was able to create English materials myself. My husband and I literally print out the materials. We laminate them, we cut them, we prepare all of the materials so that it's a very, very low cost. We're trying to save every dollar that we can that's donated to us. The idea is to give the materials to the schools so that they can either start an English program or that they could use the materials with any resources that they're currently using. The other idea we have is teacher training. The teachers here, they're very overworked, they're very underpaid, but they're great teachers. They want to be dynamic in class, they want to be exciting, but they don't know how. So we go around and we give demonstrations, and we show teachers how to include students in class, how to basically make them talk, make them think in English. That's a big part of what we do. What is the English kit? My idea was basically to have a kit, just like a doctor or any professional has their tools, with very, very simple materials that can be used in a variety of ways. So our English kit has a teacher's guide. It explains all about a kinesthetic approach, getting students up out of their chairs, using their bodies to participate. We include many, many activity ideas for the teachers to use in class. The idea is not that they take the activities and that's it. They have to use these activities. The idea is that we're trying to get the teachers to be creative, to think of ways where they can take the materials and create a new game or a new dynamic. Okay. Inside the English kit, we have materials like flashcards, games, memory, different puzzles that they can use. And it basically covers very basic English. We have power verbs, to do, like, I am, you are, she is, he is. Very basic vocabulary. We went with school vocabulary because it's what they're around all the time. Colors, numbers, and the simple present tense. This also has to follow the government here has a very strict guide for English language, so we also had to keep in mind what they have to learn first to be able to have this accepted into schools. These are some activities. We didn't want to just give the teachers materials and then say, okay, bye-bye. So I have a Facebook page for the program, and each day I'm uploading different activities, different dynamics that teachers can use in the classroom. The page has a great following. I have teachers from all different countries that ask for more ideas, teachers from Mexico, Egypt, all around the world that are interested in the program and interested in learning more that they can do in the classroom to keep students interested. So currently, we just started this project in July. So it's a very new project. We don't have a lot of money to work with, but we're very proud that we've been able to develop the material necessary. We've donated packages to 4 schools so far with over 4,000 students. We've trained 6 teachers on how to be more dynamic in the classroom. And just this past week, we had an English book fair at a local low-income school that does free English classes for adults that cannot afford them. The book fair was so successful, we sold over 250 books in 1 hour. And we sell them for 25 cents each to raise money for the project. This month is a very exciting month for us. We're hoping to raise $250. That will give us enough money to donate to 7 schools that are waiting for donations. They are some of the schools in the worst, most dangerous neighborhoods in El Salvador. They have over 4,200 students between the 7 schools. We're hoping to train over 10 teachers at these schools, and we're hoping to have 3 additional English book fairs. We actually have one set up for this week at a local university. So there is a lot of interest in the project. Everybody is excited about it. We just need more resources to be able to pull it off. Okay. If you would like more information, please find us on Facebook. If you would love to make a donation, that would be amazing. If you can't, I understand. We just ask that people keep sharing the page, keep talking about it so that the people that do have resources to donate are able to. Rob, that's going to be it for me.